Hey guys, it's Gameface here, and welcome back to episode 39 of my Manchester City career. Now in today's episode, we've obviously got some more games to go through. The first game is against Sunderland, which we'll be playing to begin today's episode, and then we've also got some more matches in April to play. The game against West Brom will be simming, then we'll go on to the game against Barcelona, which will be in today's episode. We'll sim the game against Palace, and then we'll play the game against Barcelona again, and we might even have enough time to go on to the semi-final against Liverpool, hopefully in today's episode as well. We'll have to wait and see how we get on in the other games. So before we get into today's episode, if we could try and hit 100 likes, I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the channel or just haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button as well. Down below, that'd be absolutely fantastic. And let's crack on with today's episode. This is I'm going to go with for the game against Sunderland. If you don't already know, if you didn't see the last episode, which by the way we managed to get a bonus episode out for, so thank you all so much for that. We are currently 1 point behind Chelsea. They've taken the lead over us after they beat us in the last episode, which obviously means we are a little bit behind now. It's obviously only a small margin. There's 9 games to go. We've got to try and pick up all the points possible, ideally. But we're currently in second place now, 29 games in, and this is the side I'm going to go with for the 30th game of the season. Ederson starts in goal, Danilo at right back, Stones, Ferreira, and Mendy in defence. Then in front of that we've got Sol, Gundogan, Diaz, and then Raheem Sterling, Leroy Sané, and Gabriel Jesus all starting as our midfielders and attackers. This is the bench we've gone with. Again, plenty of good options. No out-and-out striker, although we do have Moreno who can play there. And yeah, let's crack on with this game. There's a few bigger names missing out, of course, after we played just a few days ago. Let's see how we get on. Hopefully beat Sunderland and try and get ourselves 3 points to put the pressure on Chelsea. Okay then, so here we go for this game at the Stadium of Light against Sunderland. Hopefully we can get a win past them. Of course, some of these lesser sides we play against are usually the teams that trip us up the most, to be honest. Obviously that wasn't the case in the last episode against Chelsea, where we did lose to them, but hopefully this game's not going to be quite as tricky as that last one, which was a very cagey game, not many chances at all. Mendy on the overlap, still going here, Mendy to shoot, over the bar. Thought we might just do. It's half time, it's 0-0 still. Not managed to get the opening goal just yet, but it's all one way at the moment. It's all basically attack versus defence here against Sunderland. They barely have any chances, but we still need to find the goal, otherwise it's just going to be a draw here, and that's of course not something we want to try and do. We want to try and get ourselves as many goals as possible. So we've got to try and pass it a little bit quicker. Maybe we're going to have to try and put someone a little bit taller in the middle, try and go for crosses or something like that. Because at the moment we're not really going to win anything like that. Because passing around them at the moment is fine, but we just can't quite get through them. We're not really getting enough runners in behind. Danilo on the overlap, going to get a cross in here, potentially for Diaz. Oh, and he's won it and he's scored. And it's 1-0, that's exactly what I was on about. It's actually Diaz that's got the goal though, not particularly a tall player of course. 5 minutes into the second half, he has managed to get on the end of this really good cross from Danilo who ran on the overlap, and he actually beats Kone to it. That's exactly what I was on about. The cross, it has worked here and it's got us a goal, and yeah, it's 1-0. Really, really strange way to score. I wasn't expecting that at all, but we have taken the lead. Diaz onto Gabriel Jesus, he's running through here. Can he shoot as well? That's going to go out for a corner or a goal kick. Can't quite tell. Corner. Let's make some changes now. About 20 minutes left of this game. All 3 changes here. We're going to bring on Fernandinho, Selena, and also Patrick Roberts as well. That means we're taking off Sol, Diaz, and also Gabriel Jesus. Raheem Sterling go play up front. Roberts on the right-hand side. And yeah, Selena at centre-back mid, Fernandinho at CDM. And yeah, we've got ourselves a corner here to try and get into the box. I think we might play it sort of front post-ish if we can. It's more like penalty spot to be honest, but no one connects on the end of it. Sané with another opportunity to put it in, and he'll punch it away. Sterling, still going. Sterling across the middle, and a chance for Selena to make it 2-0. That's the second goal that we needed. Lovely little pass across there from Raheem Sterling, and it's into an empty net. 15 minutes left, and we've killed off the game here with a second goal so late on. A good bit of play. It was a nice little play again from the substitutes here. Patrick Roberts, I think, plays as Raheem Sterling initially. Good run from him, and obviously a nice empty goal for him to put it into the back of. And yeah, it's now 2-0, and that means the game is pretty much over. It gives us 3 points in the bag, obviously, and now we can maybe push on for a third in the final 15 minutes. Okay, that's been punched straight out to Selena, and there's nobody else up there. It was unintentional, wasn't supposed to counter-attack like this. It's 1-on-1. Selena maybe to shoot and put it past the goalkeeper. That's his second of the game. It's 3-0 now, and Selena on the break scores past Jordan Pickford into the back of net, and we've well and truly killed off the game and got our third goal we were on about. So really good performance from the substitute there. Just running through, really easy stuff, and a lovely little low-driven shot there into the last right-hand corner. 3-0. Sané into Raheem Sterling. Maybe a final chance for us here. Sterling to finish the game off, and he has, so he's made it 4-0. Raheem Sterling scores past the goalkeeper, and we have well and truly finished off the match in the 93rd minute, getting the 4th goal of the game. The floodgates started to open really after the 2nd goal, and good opportunities for us just to run through the defence. Not too many players at all in the defence, obviously trying to get the ball at the pitch and score themselves. Obviously hasn't worked, it's backfired, and we're winning the game 4-0. And that's a very comfortable victory against Sunderland here. 3 points, of course, for us, which should take us above Chelsea, although it depends, obviously, on their results. If they were to win, then they would obviously remain top. Sunderland, 0 shots on target, 0 shots in total as well. So, very happy with that, and it does take us above Chelsea because they drew to Middlesbrough at 0-0, which means we're now a point in front of Chelsea, which is obviously a nice way to start today's episode. So yeah, 69 points now, and we have got 8 games left of this season. So, got to try and win as many of those games as possible, and hopefully we can do that to try and win the Premier League title. And we've got some player drills here. Let's see how we've got on. Ribeiro's gone to 59 overall. I believe that's the player that's in the youth academy that we're desperately trying to get up if we can. He had 3 drills this week, so he has actually got up in overall. Gonna start to train Diaz up a little bit as well soon, once I've sorted out the other players that we're currently training, because obviously he needs to improve in overall. He's actually doing very well in game, but overall wise, only 72. So, got a few players saying thanks, boss. Youth squad monthly report as well coming through here. Don't know if we can promote anyone else. Still waiting on Carter. I think we're also still waiting on Ribeiro as well, 15 years old, but potential looks incredible. So I'll leave, I think, the rest of them in the youth academy for now. I can't see them being anybody else that's desperately going to be joining us just yet. I think we did actually offer Diaz. Yeah, we've offered Diaz a contract. We've offered a couple contracts as well in between episodes. So when they accept or decline, we'll find out in the next couple of days. I actually didn't realise my scouts haven't actually been coming back with any players because their scouting is actually up. It was a 9-month period, so that means that we have to set up the scout reports yet again. So set up all the scouts now. We've got 1 scout going off to Brazil looking for technically gifted players, and that's a theme throughout all the scouts. We've got Spanish and going to look for technically gifted players, English, and also looking for technically gifted players. So that's what I've gone with for the next 9 months. They all return, I think it said the 1st of next year, so that's quite a nice way to obviously finish off this year and get us right into the next year. Hopefully we can bring in some really good talented players, of course. That is always going to be the aim, to add to our youth academy. We've got a really high standard at our youth academy already, so if we can try and add to that, then that'd be absolutely great. And speaking of the youth academy, we do have a few more players coming in there. Daniel actually accepts his contract. He was obviously at the club already, but these are the youth players. Ribeiro is one of them. Carrezio is another as well. Patrick Roberts accepts his contract. And Diaz, I think, also joins us as well. So very happy with that. Jose Manuel obviously doesn't join us yet. We've got a maximum amount of players still at the squad, so we've got to get rid of players before we can bring him in there. Okay, so on to this next game against West Brom. Because we've got Barcelona in about 3 or 4 days' time, we are going to change around the team quite a lot. It's still a strong team, as you can see here on the left-hand side. We'll sim the game, hopefully get ourselves 3 points. A little bit risky, of course, now we're getting to the back end of the title race, so that obviously means that any drop points here will be very costly. Leroy Sané puts us 1-0, though, 2 minutes into the game. Morrison gets an injury for West Brom. I think we're actually going to skip it pretty early. Got ourselves a 3-1 victory. Gabriel Jesus and Nasri, the other goal scorers here. So good news for us, getting the 3 points is the most important thing when simming a game. And yeah, let's do some player development now. Maybe look to change it around just before this quarterfinal against Barcelona. Yeah, so we'll just make 1 change. We'll take out Carter, that goalkeeper, and we'll bring in Diaz to try and train him up here. Close to 73 overall. I don't think it'll happen this week. In fact, I'll be very surprised if it does, but it might happen over the next couple of weeks. We'll wait and find out. This week, though, we do have Ribeiro going up on quite a few different attributes. Hill goes up on 1 or 2 as well, and moves a little bit closer to 68 overall. Okay, on to the game against Barcelona. It's the first leg, it's the home leg, so of course that means we can't really concede any goals. Obviously, they go down to away goals in this. It's the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Edison starts in goal. Kyle Walker, Company, Stones and Bertrand in defence. Goretzka, De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva start in midfield. Got Raheem Sterling, Sanchez and Sergio Aguero that starts as the front 3. And this the bench have gone with Mangala, Sol, Delph, Zinchenko, Roberts, Leroy Sané and Gabriel Jesus all on there. Really strong bench as ever. Let's see how we get on against Barcelona. A real good test for us to see exactly how good we are and how good this team is. Well, here we go for this game against Barcelona at the Etihad Stadium for this game. And yeah, we'll wait and see what sort of team Barcelona have out here. They've got Bonucci already, which I've noticed that they've signed. And we'll wait and see who else. Christian Eriksen, Suarez all playing. Messi and Neymar, of course, all starting in this match. So it's going to be a tough game. I'm not really too sure exactly what to expect here. Bernardo Silva back to Sanchez against his former team. Sanchez to shoot. Oh, good save by Ter Stegen. And that one's gone wide. Should do better, I think, Bernardo Silva there. In fact, it's Sergio Aguero with the shot on his left foot, which explains why it has gone wide. Really good strike initially from Sanchez. Tests the keeper a little bit, but that one just goes wide. Oh, a chance for Eriksen here. Company saves us, but then Neymar scores. That's an away goal for Barcelona. They look a real threat going forward. Defensively, I'm not so sure about them. I think it could be quite a high-scoring game if they continue to be so average in defence. But certainly in attack, they look very good. Consistently overloading us on every side, and Neymar giving them the finish as well. It's 1-0, and we're losing this game just 19 minutes in. That's it for the first half. Still losing the game 1-0 to Barcelona at the moment. I think we've got a chance here to get a goal or two. It's just the finish hasn't quite been right so far. Barcelona's defence isn't particularly good, but their attack is very good. So there's still a threat from them going forward, but still I think we've got a really good chance to get ourselves a couple of goals if we get the finish right. No way. How's that gone in? Busquets has made it 2-0. That's 2 Barcelona away goals for them. 56 minutes in, I genuinely wasn't ready for that at all because I didn't think it would go in. I have no idea how Edison hasn't saved it. I mean, it's at his side. It's not coming particularly quick. I just think the reactions that weren't quite there. I genuinely don't know what's happened for that one. I was not expecting that to go in, hence why I wasn't talking as it went in. But yeah, it's now 2-0, 57 minutes into this game, and we are in a very difficult position. I think in the next leg we will go 5 at the back against Barcelona, just because I think we're struggling to cope defensively with their attack at the moment. But that corner, that set piece should have been dealt with much better. We just didn't, for some reason, pick up Busquets. Okay, all 3 changes now. We're going to bring on Gabriel Jesus, Fabian Delph, and Sol. That means we're taking off Goretzka, De Bruyne, and Bernardo Silva as well. I'm going to make this change, obviously, go 4-2-4. I think it's going to hopefully help us out a little bit in the final 30 minutes. Of course, it could go the other way, and we could go ahead and lose more goals or whatever, but I think this is the right formation for us at this moment in time, so hopefully it works. Just trying to give their back four another threat, basically, with that extra striker. Company running forward, waiting for the correct runner. He's going to find Sergio Aguero. Aguero's going to have to come back inside, didn't quite have enough pace. Gabriel Jesus waiting for Delph to arrive, but couldn't quite get past the defence again. Gabriel Jesus onto Aguero. Aguero deflects for a corner. It certainly works, the 4-2-4. It definitely works, there's no doubt about it. Really putting a lot of pressure on them now. Sol to try and turn and shoot. Awkward angle, but saved comfortably actually by ter Stegen. That's it, and we have lost the game 2-0 here. I think 2-0 is quite harsh. It's very much a case of them taking their chances. They've attacked really well. They've attacked much better than we have, despite us probably creating what felt like more chances. I could be wrong there, but it certainly felt like we didn't attack as well as Barcelona. And as you can see, yeah, 3 shots, 2 on target for Barcelona. We've had 3 shots on target. The possession's obviously a clear factor in that winning as well. But yeah, they've attacked better than us, and they've been more clinical, taking the chances, and that's the reason why I've lost the game 2-0. Still feel it's very harsh on us, and obviously makes the next leg very difficult. We've got to go and try and get 3 goals against Barcelona now, which is obviously going to be very tough. 2 to take us into extra time, but 3 to win it. And yeah, we're in a tough position now. I still think we can do it though with a little bit of luck. We can probably get 3 goals, I think. We're going to have to go 5 at the back to try and deal with the 3 forwards that they have. Now we have to move on to the next game against Crystal Palace. Again, we're going to be simming the match and then the Barcelona second leg straight away afterwards. So it's a home game, and again, another game that we have to win because Chelsea are just 1 point behind us still. It's a changed team that we've gone with here. Edison, Danilo, Denayer, Mangala, Mendy, Gundogan, Fernandinho, Sol, Lozano, Gabriel Jesus, and Leroy Sané all starting. So a very strong team still, but of course it's a sim game, so anything can really happen. On paper, obviously the better team, there's no doubt about it, but we'll wait and see what FIFA thinks about it. And we are currently 40 minutes in, still 0-0 here. Leroy Sané scores again, being the first player to score in the game. 42 minutes into the second half, 30 minutes left of this game, got to try and win it. Please don't equalise here, Crystal Palace. 15 minutes left, I've got a feeling there's another goal in this game. Hopefully it's not for them. 2 minutes left, and we win the game 1-0. So close. Was very, very nervous about that one. I thought we were going to have an equalising goal come against us there. Luckily, it doesn't happen, and we get ourselves 3 points again. Play development before we get onto the game against Barcelona to decide who goes into the semi-finals. Let's crack on with it. It's again the exact same 5 drills. Hopefully some progress here for Diaz this week. He goes up to 73 overall, which is great, obviously, and other players go up on other attributes as well. Nice to see. Ribeiro going up on his vision and also short pass. Okay, so this is the team I'm going to go with for the game against Barcelona. It's a 5-3-2 formation. As you can see, Edison starting goal, Kyle Walker, Stones, Company, Ferreira and Bertrand in defence. Goretzka just going to hopefully sit in front of the defence. It doesn't always happen like that, but hopefully he'll do that in game. De Bruyne and Silva are just in front of him, and then Sergio Aguero and Sanchez playing as our 2 strikers. That leaves us with a very strong bench as ever. Raheem Sterling on there, Gabriel Jesus, Leroy Sané as other options. I could potentially go to a 5-2-3 at some point during the game, but we'll wait and see how things progress. And of course, I've got my fullbacks on overlap and all that sort of thing. So hopefully it all works as I'm planning it out to work, but sometimes it doesn't happen like that. We'll wait and see what we get in-game. But we need 2 or 3 goals here. Okay, then here we go. This is the decider. We need to get through to we need to be able to beat them to get through into the semi-finals. Otherwise, we're out of the Champions League. Big game, very tough match as well, of course. Hopefully, we can find a way through with this formation. Neymar to turn, play it into the middle, has to be headed away, needs to be cleared. We've gone a little bit too defensive for some reason. We seem to have almost like 3 holder midfielders now, which obviously isn't what we're after at all. So, might look to change it to a 5-2-3 at some point, because this isn't quite working how I thought, to be honest. Okay, so yeah, we're going to go to a 3-4-3 now. We're going to see how that goes. We're going to have Bernardo Silva out on the right-hand side as a right winger. De Bruyne and Goretzka now challenged with that midfield by themselves. Risky playing 3 at the back now, because it does seem like it'll be 3-on-3, but I'm hoping Bertrand and Walker will get back. It's such a difficult balance where the fullbacks either stay back too much or go forward too much. And there's 25 minutes, well, we're 25 minutes into the game now, we've got to try and get this sorted out as quickly as possible, otherwise we're just going to end up for a loss here. Suarez, oh, good save by Ederson. That could have been it, that could have been the goal that knocked us out there. Messi to deliver this corner, got to try and clear this one quickly. Get it out of the box, Ederson's in there, punches away. Free kick, or no, penalty, of course. Where the hell has this come from? It's a penalty, I don't even know what's happened. Is it Ederson that's caused it? It seemed like it was Bertrand, it does seem like it is him. For nothing, by the looks of it. So Barcelona have a penalty. Okay, this could be the one that basically kills the game off here. Suarez to step up. Which way is he going to go? I'm going to go right as always. He goes left. It's 3-0 aggregate. 3 goals will still see us through though, so it doesn't make any difference in that sense, but it just makes it a little bit different now because we can't get ourselves 2 goals to get us into extra time. So still need 3 goals. 3 goals will take us through, but yeah, it's obviously made things very tricky here. Chance for Barcelona here. Suarez, nearly lobbed our goalkeeper. We're actually looking worse in this game than the last one. We're having very few chances. Don't think we've had a shot yet, and that's obviously not good approaching half-time. Kyle Walker. Goretzka now with a chance to shoot, maybe. Goretzka, oh, saved onto the bar, was it? Or was it just the bar? It seemed like it was just the bar. Thought Ter Stegen got a bit of a touch on it. A great strike, but it needs to go in, really, before we go into the second half. Okay, half-time, leaves the game 3-0 on aggregate. We're going to make some changes. I think we're going to go back to the 4-3-3 formation. Despite losing in the last game with that, we actually created many more chances, so we're going to have to go to it. We'll obviously have to make a couple of changes, I think, here at half-time. Okay, so Sterling's coming on here at half-time. That means we'll be taking off Ferreira, that left-back that's obviously been playing centre-back in today's game. 4-3-3, it's going to be the formation that we're used to. And yeah, that's the one that's going to hopefully see us out, I think, in this game. 45 minutes to score 3 goals against Barcelona. That's going to be easy, isn't it? Sanchez into Sergio Aguero. Aguero now looking back to Sanchez. Sanchez onto Sergio Aguero. Must be. It is. We've scored a goal. Right, pick up the ball and let's go. 4 minutes into the second half. We can't even pick up the ball, but we've got an away goal. 3-1. Glimmer of hope here. 40 minutes left. I'm not going to get my hopes up just yet because we still need 2 goals in 40 minutes. Final 2 changes. We're going to take off Sanchez and Aguero. Leroy Sané and Gabriel Jesus to come on. It seems a little bit strange to do that, take off 2 good players, but we need fresh legs for the final 30 minutes, and those guys are going to hopefully do it. Sanchez is just sort of refusing to keep up with play at the moment. He just sticks on that left-hand side, doesn't really get up the pitch very much. So Sané's going to hopefully try and do that, and obviously he's got the left foot to shoot with as well. Come on, Sané. A chance if we can pick the right pass. The touch was too heavy, still going. Bernardo Silva tries to win it back, and just didn't quite get the rub of the green there. Don't take it to the corner. Really, we're doing that with 15 minutes left? That's embarrassing. No way. Oh my days, thought they scored. I have a feeling we've got a second goal in us, but I don't think we've got a third. Yeah, we're going out, sadly. 8 minutes left of this game. Did not want to go out in the quarter-finals. It's a very tough draw to get Barcelona in the quarters. Gabriel Jesus onto Raheem Sterling. Maybe a chance for us here. Sterling to shoot. Oh my days, what the hell was that shot? That was dreadful. That was meant to be a low-driven shot, and I don't know where it's going. I think it might be going over. Oh, I don't think it was going on target. A really poor strike. That was dreadful. Bernardo Silva now going to play it into potentially Leroy Sané here to try and turn his man. Not getting past any Barcelona player ever. No one lets you pass them. Oh, that is a ridiculous pass. No way. They've turned defence into attack. Messi going to play it across and kill us off. No, got to block him with stones. Got to be a counter-attack here up to Gabriel Jesus. There's not enough time for a third goal, but we might be able to get a second here. Leroy Sané's running through. Sané to finish, and yes, he has done. A couple of minutes left. Obviously, if we'd not conceded in this game, then that would have been enough to take us into extra time. It's not. I said we had a second goal in us, but obviously it was always going to be the one that teased us, and yeah, we couldn't get the third, sadly. Yeah, that's it. Out of the Champions League. 3-2 loss, 2-1 win in this game, but yeah, it was always going to be that goal that was to finish us off, sadly. And yeah, that means that we are out of the Champions Cup. Of course, very disappointed with that, and it means that we didn't win the EFL Cup, didn't win the Champions League this season, leaves us with the Premier League, and leaves us with potentially the FA Cup as well. Gutted about that, still unable to get the quadruple, and we're going to have to wait, I think, until next season now. We've got the semi-finals of the FA Cup to go up next episode against Liverpool. Won't have enough time for that in today's episode, sadly. But yeah, really gutted about that. Obviously, getting Barcelona in the quarterfinals of the Champions League is ridiculous anyway, but yeah, obviously gutted. But I think, didn't we come first in the group? So I think getting Barcelona in the next round is very harsh, although I think, well, yeah, we also had the round of 16, but still, quarterfinals to get Barcelona is madness. I thought that'd been a semi-final at least, to be honest, against Barcelona, but obviously that wasn't the case, and sadly we weren't able to get into the next round, knocked out in the quarterfinals. But that is everything for today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. If we could try and hit 100 likes, that would really appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the channel or just haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button as well down below. That'd be absolutely fantastic, and I'll see you guys next time for another episode. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.